Carolina and Company Live is sponsored by the businesses, organizations, and groups featured in this program. The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect that of WPDE ABC 15, WWMB CW21, or its employees.
You're watching Carolina and Company Live. Your source for fun, entertainment, and events. With your hosts, Cecil Chandler and Amanda Sellers. If it's happening in the area, it's on Carolina and Company Live.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to Carolina and Company Live. I'm Cecil Chandler. Amanda's a little bit under the weather right now. She's on there laying down under her desk. No, I'm just kidding. But she doesn't feel that good today, so I'm here by myself. Thanks so much for joining us. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We got a great show lined up today, a lot of fun stuff. You're going to learn something every day you watch this show. But right now, let's find out what's happening in the weather.
Good Monday afternoon now. Temperatures are beginning to warm up. We're in the 50s and 60s area wide. And if you look out towards Wilmington, a little pocket of some 70s there in that little yellow circle, an urban heat island effect happening there simply because they have so much concrete. Our dew points very similar to our temperatures, and that's actually allowing for some cloud banks to develop, not only some low clouds, but also some visibility concerns with fog. Still at half a mile in Florence. Now, this has been around half a mile to a mile ever since 9 a.m. Darlington, Hartsville, as well as Sumter and Manning, much better than what they were this morning. Now, the fog expected to be a concern as we progress throughout the evening and into the morning hours as well. Let's go ahead and run through our futurecast here. By 9 o'clock, already that sea fog moving along the coast in the Grand Strand down to a couple of miles inland across the PD and the border belt. But by tomorrow morning around 6 a.m., we're down to zero visibility along the Grand Strand from Myrtle Beach through North Myrtle Beach, down to 0.3 of a mile in Darlington, half a mile between Florence and Marion, 0.2 of a mile in Conway, out towards Carolina Forest. And then yet again, this exact same thing setting up for our Tuesday night into our Wednesday morning with many locations under zero visibility. We will continue to monitor to see if a dense fog advisory is issued by the National Weather Service. This is strictly due to our southerly flow. We're going to warm up. We'll be in the 70s and 80s tomorrow. The difference is last week we had the flow coming off of South Florida. This week we've got it actually coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. So with it, it brings moisture. Without some sort of a frontal boundary to lift that moisture up and condense it into rain, that moisture stays closer to the low levels and condenses into fog. Now this high, this Bermuda Azores high, not expected to move anytime soon. In fact, it's going to strengthen, and that's going to allow temperatures to warm up substantially into the 70s and 80s. Here's a look at Tuesday by the numbers. We're talking about 70s to 80s, very close to some records in many cities, but by Wednesday, smashing records out of the park, and Florence and Lumberton rewriting the books. 7-day forecast, well, we're going to be in the 60s and 70s. Normal lows in the 30s. This week our lows are in the 60s, and then again inland we're talking about those 80s, nearly a 20 to 25 degree increase in our high temperatures.
All right, don't put away those coats yet. I don't think the winter's gone. It's just going to be a little warm up, and then we're going to have one more big spell, I believe. All right, before we get started today, I do want to say happy birthday to my man, Gage Vassar. Gage lived in my neighborhood for a long time. The man was 11 on Friday, and I forgot to wish him a happy birthday. All right, Gage, happy birthday, buddy. You're looking good. All right, let's find out a little bit about today. Today is Monday, February 19th, and this is International Friends Day, and it's also President's Day. Now, if I had to pick my two favorite presidents, I'd pick Reagan and Kennedy. That was mine. And Ike, too. I like Eisenhower, too. All right, let's look at birthdays today. Let's go back to 1940. There he is, Smokey Robinson. He's 78 years old, and he helped define the Motown sound. Believe me, he did. A singer and a number of songs. Tears of a Clown, I second that emotion. And he also wrote My Girl for the Temptations, in case you didn't know that. 1963, talking about Cecil. He's 55 years old, a rock singer. You remember the songs Kiss from a Rose and... that song appeared, that's right, on the Batman Forever soundtrack. And he has a degree in architect. Did you know that? And he was on Dancing with the Stars. 1970, Bellamy Young, 48, now president on ABC's Scandal, if you ever watched that show. Also on Criminal Minds, and before fame, she did some Broadway. All right, let's go back to 1956 on this day in history. The Platters recorded Magic Touch. And in 1964, Simon and Garfunkel completed their original version of Sounds of Silence. All right, from the Know It All department, where we learn something every day. All right, listen up. Here it comes. There's some stupid laws still on the books in a lot of states. Here's one from Ohio. This is no joke. It's against the law in this state to get a fish drunk. I'm not kidding. It is on the books. You can look it up. Some of these laws they need to take off. That's from the Know It All department today. We've got a great show lined up, a lot of fun stuff. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Good. Mic check. End of 15 seconds.
And welcome back to Carolina and Company Live. All right, when new reporters come to work with us, we try to, preview them, let you learn a little bit about them. Devon's with us now. How long have you been on the staff so far?
I have been here since December, so I started December 11th.
December 11th. All right, let's tell a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Well, I am originally from Florida, originally from Key West, Florida. My mom moved our immediate family to Fort Myers, Florida, which is just southwest, straight across the state from Miami. And then I went to school in Tallahassee at Florida State, go Noles. And then, I know I'm in Tiger Country, so. Yeah. And then had a little stint in Atlanta, and then from Atlanta, I came to Myrtle Beach.
All right. Now, how you like it so far? How's it going so far?
I love it. It's very similar to home. The only major difference that I've noticed is just the cold. So I'm ready for that to end. But other than that, I'm loving it. It's a great place. It's a beach town, so it's what I'm used to.
All right. Now, what made you want to be a reporter? Now, what did that
well, I've always been nosy. So I've always been one that's been curious, and I've always asked questions. So it's one of those things where it was just kind of like I was born with, the desire to want to tell stories, and, I was always curious about everything. So it's just kind of something that I've been birthed with. And I worked in television actually while I was in high school. So I worked at our CBS and Fox affiliates down in Fort Myers, Florida. Yeah. And I worked in production. And then I worked my way up, and then one thing led to another, I went back to school, finished my degree, and here we are.
Well, that's good. I mean, a lot of people get into television, do radio. I did radio before I got into television. But, I mean, this could be a great career for you because Sinclair has so many stations. You can go all over the world and work for it. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad you're here, man, and everything's going good so far?
So far, so good. No complaints.
All right. Well, there are a lot of great people that live here, fun people, and we've got a lot of new people that keep coming on every so often, and we like to get them on to let you talk and tell us about what you want to do. Now, what's your main goal in television? What do you want to do? Anchor, or what do you want to do?
I always say that my dream job is to become a network correspondent, but at the same time, I'm just kind of going with where the wind blows. I'm just kind of enjoying the ride right now. So the opportunities are open. So.
All right. Any hobbies?
I like hiking. I've got 2 dogs, so I like to be outside with my dogs and whatnot. Other than that, that's really it.
Yeah. Well, there's not a lot of hiking around here. You can walk on the beach.
There's some state parks and whatnot.
Yeah, you can go to state park and do a lot of hiking.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you being on the show with me. I thank you a lot.
Thank you.
All right, we got more coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
1, 2.
And welcome back. All right, the National Wild Turkey Federation is having their annual banquet down in Georgetown on Tuesday, February 24th. The event will be held at Marshall's Marine, and of course the funds go to support the Wild Turkey Federation. Chris is with me now. Let's talk a little bit about wild turkeys, buddy, about the Federation and what all y'all do.
Our event will be held in Georgetown, like you said, at 6 p.m. when the doors are open. Dinner will be at 7:30. And we're raising money for conservation and also for the kids programs that we put on. We'll have tickets available at the door. Also, we still have some sponsorships available, and they can contact me at 843-485-6417.
Or they can call me and I'll tell you how to get in touch with them. There, we're looking at some pictures, from things from last year. Y'all do a lot of programs for kids. Tell me a little bit about the kids programs.
Right, we have a Jake's program. We do events all over the state throughout the year. We do fishing rodeos. We set up and teach them how to plant food plots and everything about the habitat with a wild turkey. As well as with our chapter, we take kids, we do a youth hunt every year, and this will be our 3rd year taking a child on a turkey hunt that has never killed a turkey before.
Well, people do not understand, without groups like the Federation here, Wild Turkey Federation, there probably wouldn't be any turkeys. I mean, you really do a lot to preserve and take care of.
That's right. We raise money across the state and through banquets, and certain dollars out of those banquets come back to the state to put on projects to help with planning for wild turkey, doing habitat management, you name it, we take care of it.
All right, now, how many turkeys have you ever shot when you go hunting? You shoot 1 or 2 at a time, or you just shoot 1?
Usually just 1.
Just 1? What's the game on it? Is it 1?
You can kill 2.
2? You can kill 2?
Right.
All right, what's the biggest one you've gotten?
20 pounds with a 12-inch beer, the biggest one I've ever killed.
12-inch beer?
Yep.
That's pretty big.
Yep.
That's pretty big. All right, now, people watching right now, who can come to the Wild Turkey Federation?
Anybody can come. You can have men, women, kids, of course. Everybody's welcome. Like I said, we got tickets available at the door. The doors are open at 6 p.m. and we also still have some sponsorships available. So you can contact you or you can contact me. And we also have a Facebook page, NWTF 5 Rivers Chapter.
Say it again.
NWTF 5 Rivers Chapter on Facebook. You can find us on there, and we can answer any questions that you have.
All right, well, we're talking about it's coming up at the 24th down at Marshall's Marine down in Georgetown. Chris, thanks for being here, buddy.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. All right, we got more coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Carolina Company Live. All right, Addiction Recovery Series by HGTC is set for February 22nd. Now, this is the fourth week series. Now, TV star, listen to this, Mackenzie Phillips will be a part of this program. All right, I've got Casey with me now. And Casey, let's talk a little bit about these series so far and how it's been going.
All right. Well, this is the 11th year that I've organized this series. Like you said, Mackenzie Phillips will be here Thursday night. She'll be telling her story. And then there's 3 more nights to come after it. On the second Thursday of the night, March 1st, there's a panel of students in recovery from various addictions. There's cutting, there's bulimia, there's heroin addiction, all students in recovery. On the third night, March 8th, is Dr. Kathleen Brady, who's Vice President of Research at MUSC. Her specialty is post-traumatic stress disorders and how it relates to addictions. On the fourth night is Corey Reich from the Institute of Addiction Study in Utah, and his specialization is spirituality and belief systems and how they relate to recovery.
All right, now who can come to this?
It's absolutely open to anybody with an interest. There's no charge, there's no registration, it's free and open. You don't have to be in recovery, you can just come.
I'm going to tell you, it's unbelievable now the people that are addicted to, well, just pain pills, for instance, and stuff like this. So this would be of interest to them.
Sure.
All right, now Mackenzie Phillips, she was addicted. I'm not sure what it was she was, but I know she was under the influence of drugs for a long time.
From a very early age, she was addicted to heroin and then cocaine, and then she got into recovery for a long period of time, 15, 16 years, and then she had a relapse about 7 years ago.
I will tell you, it's amazing. These people that were on television, they come out and they tell their stories, and that's what really, I think, make people understand what's really happening here.
Well, Mackenzie is a substance use disorder counselor at the Breathe Life facility in California, so she's got her life on track now. She's been a counselor for several years.
All right, now what, if people are addicted to something now or in recovery, this is real good for them to come to.
Sure. I would invite everyone.
All right, now how can they get in touch? They just come, they don't need a ticket or anything?
Nope. There'll be tickets there, but they're free. It's just to keep track of the seats.
Right.
If they need more information, they're always free to call me, 843-349-5378. There is a Facebook page for the series, HGTC Addiction and Recovery Lecture Series.
And they can find out more about it there.
Absolutely.
All right, now, this is something, tell me why, HGTC wanted to do this. Why'd y'all want to do this?
I started doing this 2.5 years into my own recovery.
Yeah.
So it started off very small and at the grassroots and just with local people. And then over the years, it just got bigger and bigger. But it started with me about 2.5 years into my own recovery.
Now, what were you addicted to?
Alcohol and prescription drugs.
It doesn't take long. I got some friends of mine that are,
Sure.
that do it now for pain. Had an operation, they still take them. Then they had to get into it and go to something to get off of it. All right. Well, we're looking for everybody to come up on this. February 22nd, it's going to be held where? Tell them where.
Horry Georgetown Technical College in the Burroughs and Chapin Auditorium, Building 1100.
The big building, big auditorium. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being on the show.
Glad to be here.
All right, we got more coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Carolina and Company Live. All right, now we're going to be talking about the Waccamaw Ducks Unlimited. It's set for Saturday, February 24th at the Peanut Warehouse right over there in Conway. Everybody knows where that is. The event starts at 6 o'clock, dinner and all that stuff. Now we're going to find out a little bit about it. We're going to talk with Brian and Jackie a little bit. Now, Brian, tell us a little bit about Ducks Unlimited. I've been to a number of them.
Yeah, well, Ducks Unlimited is a big nonprofit waterfowl organization, and our main focus is conserving wetlands. Wetlands are a very integral part of our ecosystem, and we're trying to make it so that generations from now can duck hunt.
And that's amazing. And now y'all raise a lot of money every year. You remember what y'all raised last year?
It varies. We have 2 events a year. This is Oysters on the Waccamaw, which is one of our smaller events.
Yeah.
And our net's usually anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000.
Well, that's pretty good. All right, now, Jackie, tell me a little bit about what you're going to be doing helping them.
Well, we have the live auctions, the silent auctions, the
Oh,
raffles.
you're doing all that.
I get to handle all that, or be his backup anyway. But lot going on. There's a lot of coordinations and things that have to be done on the backside.
Now, it's open to everybody.
Yes.
Kids, women, anybody wants to come.
We encourage the children.
All right, now, y'all going to give away some guns, some nice guns, and some portraits and everything?
Yes, sir. This year we have a number of limited edition prints, never been seen. They've just come out. And this year we're going to have extra guns. We've got 20 plus guns that we're going to be giving away in raffles and card games and coolers. And our guns are Berettas, Benellis, Brownings. We like to deal with a little higher end stuff.
Well, I was at Ducks Unlimited in Darlington, and I went to the bathroom, and I took my ticket with me, and the Ducks Unlimited shotgun, well, when I come back, they'd already called out another number, so I missed it.
Really?
So every time after that, I left my tickets on the table.
There you go.
I did, I promise you on that. So anybody can come now. What's the tickets cost?
Tickets are $40 a person.
So anybody wants to come, boys, kids, girls?
Yep,
whatever.
we encourage everybody. It's all you can eat oysters. It's open bar. We're going to have other food there too, brisket sliders. We're going to have a taco bar this year, a wing bar, a meatball bar, you know, kind of like finger foods all spread out.
Yeah, well, that sounds good. All right, Jackie, what are some of these silent auction things? Give us a few of the big ones.
Ooh.
You got one you can think of right offhand? One
Yeah.
of them? All those?
We'll have several prints on it. We'll have some waterproof blind bags.
Vacation?
Like,
got any vacation things like we
Not
got?
yet.
Not
Okay.
at this one.
That's
We-
always possible, though.
Okay.
Yeah, our vacations, a lot of our vacations and our bigger stuff, we save until our October event.
The big event.
That's our big event.
Well, I wish you all a lot of luck on this because I tell you, do all you can to, you know, to help raise money for this. That's
Exactly.
what it costs. So anybody wanting to call, just come to the door.
Yes,
that
sir.
night,
Tickets at the door.
February 24th,
Or call
Peanut
me.
Warehouse. All right, or call me and I'll get you in touch
Yep.
with them.
Absolutely.
All right.
Or Facebook.
Brian, Jackie, thank y'all both for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we got more coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back. I've been doing television for 45 years, and I've done a lot of different things, but let me tell you, I really love doing Carolina and Company Live. Every day it's something different. We're talking about things in the PD area, we're talking about the Grand Strand, and we're talking about North Carolina. And I've worked with a lot of people over the years, but working with Amanda is great. We really click together. If I can start talking and saying something, she'll finish it up. That's how good we work together. How much longer am I going to be working? Well, I hope Amanda and I are working together for a long time doing Carolina and Company Live. And welcome back to Carolina and Company Live. Amanda's a little under the weather. Hopefully she'll be back with us tomorrow. We had a great show today. Thank you so much for joining us. Anyone would like to be on the show, please get in touch with us because we are booking now about 3 to 4 weeks away. So if there's got something coming up at the middle of March or the end of March, we might have some time for you. We love to go with these nonprofits and talk about that stuff. We'd love to save you some time on our show too. All right, thanks so much for watching today. We appreciate it. Tell somebody about Carolina and Company Live. And don't forget, you watch again tomorrow. Have a great one, everybody.
Carolina and Company Live is sponsored by the businesses, organizations, and groups featured in this program. The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect that of WPDE ABC 15, WWMB CW 21, or its employees.
And hello, everybody. It's Tuesday. Coming up in just a few minutes, the Grand Strand Humane Society is here with Pet of the Day. And the Art Museum has a lot happening, and we'll tell you about that coming up for the spring. And we'll be talking about the House of Hope. Now, this is not just a fundraiser this time, but a personal experience. We'll tell you more about that. And talking about a celebrity barbecue fundraiser that comes up in Florence every year, we'll tell you all about that, too. Carolina and Company Live is just ahead. This is the show you want to watch. See you in a few minutes. And hello, everybody. It's the middle of the week, and coming up on Carolina and Company Live, we're talking about the Waccamaw Rivers Keepers and their 5th annual Oyster Roast. And Create Conway will host a Dr. Seuss celebrity